What's going on, guys? So one of the hot topics these days is cheap, affordable Middle Eastern fragrances. And with it being full-fledged winter weather for me, I figured I'd discuss with you guys my 5 favorites that I've reached for so far this winter. They've been the main ones I've reached for, some more so in December. A few I've been reaching for more here in January at the recording of this video. But 5 awesome ones that can be found for a really good price. So stay tuned. I just want to take a moment to thank PerfumeOnline.ca, Canada's #1 online discounter, for making this video happen. 4 out of the 5 of these fragrances that are in this video can be found here and actually came from this website. They have great prices on these Middle Eastern fragrances, a huge selection of designers, niche. They even have some rare discontinued and vintage items at very competitive prices. So thank you again for helping to make this happen. Now, let's talk about these 5 amazing cheap beasts. Starting with kind of the darling last year when it came to Middle Eastern releases from Lattafa, we're talking about Lattafa's Khamrah, known to be their take on Angel Share. This is a bit sweeter and less boozy. Obviously a little bit cheaper smelling, but still a monster. Great compliment getter. It's stunning, guys. It really is. In the $30 to $40 price point, which is where you can find most of these, some of these even sub $30 price point in this video. This is just stunning. Very much a unisex fragrance because it's very sweet. I know a lot of ladies in the fragrance community that have been enjoying this, as well as the fellas. So if you're a fan of Angel Share, want a great, affordable alternative that has knock your socks off performance, has that same strong compliment factor that the original Killian Angel Share is known for, you might want to take a look into this one. Yes, there's others that have done it, but I don't know if anybody's made something more attractive than this one. Definitely get your nose on this one if you haven't yet and you like Angel Share, Lattafa Khamrah. Next, I just wore this last week at the recording of this. This is the fragrance that stopped me from buying a 50 ml of ombre leather and ombre leather parfum. It is from Afnan, called Rare Carbon. So the way I've been explaining this one to people is it falls somewhere in between ombre leather and ombre leather parfum, because it does have a lot of it has the metallic, aquatic, ozonic kind of tone that the violet leaf and the florals and everything provide from the parfum, with that kind of sweet and bright, heavy leather dose of ombre leather eau de parfum. So this stuff, God, that is so good. If you like leather, this is probably, in my opinion, I haven't tried them all, obviously, of what I've tried when it comes to these affordable Middle Eastern fragrances, the best leather fragrance, hands down. I had decants of ombre leather and ombre leather parfum, and I was planning on getting a 50 ml of each of them, but when I got my hands on this, it put a stop to that. The quality's really good. It doesn't smell super cheap to me. Performance is fantastic, and it kind of scratches the itch for the want of that scent profile, because the ombre leather scent profile is fantastic, and Afnan nailed it. Like I said, kind of in between the two. If you get this one, you don't need either of those. It's great for the cold, and that's Afnan, Rare Carbon. So if you're on a severe budget and you like the Dior Sauvage Elixir scent profile, here it's a little different. There's twists to it. There's a little bit of a fruity, fresh pineapple tone in the opening. There's this nice dark coffee note that I pick up as well. I don't pick up the iris that's supposedly in here, but we're talking about, again, from Lattafa. This time we're talking Asad. Great performer. Not quite as nuclear as the original, but this is still a beast. And in some ways I prefer this one. It's a little bit more wearable because of that freshness that it has at the top that Elixir does not have. But for the magic, you need to go with the original, but if you're on a budget, this is a great option. You can get this around $25 to $35 from discounters online. See, that's just fantastic. I get that coffee note right away with the pineapple, the spices, that dry, aromatic, spicy tone that the original's DNA is known for is definitely here with those twists, those added twists. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. If Sauvage Elixir is much of a compliment getter for you, this probably will be also. Definitely knifes through the cold like a hot butter knife going through butter. Just beautiful fragrance. Like I said, obviously the original is the best choice, but the original cost way more than this. So if you're looking for the best sub $40, really sub $30 in a lot of places, price point of the scent profile, in my opinion, this would be the ultimate route to go as far as price versus, bang for your buck. You really can't go wrong with Lattafa Asad. Now this one, the only other fragrance I've heard it compared to is Chopard's Oud Malaki, however you say it. This is from Paris Corner in their Killer Oud line. This is called Death by Oud. And the name may be a little misleading because it's not some big oud bomb. Really, it's nice and aromatic, very spicy, ambery. There's this smoky tobacco leather tone to it, even though there's no smoky note of any kind. And a dry woody tone. I don't get much oud here. I get more leather, tobacco, smoke, amber. Like I said, it's kind of aromatic and bright at the top. Performance is great. This is awesome for the cold weather. This was one of my favorite pickups as far as these Middle Eastern fragrances are concerned, for sure, of 2022. Not the easiest one to find. It can be found online. It's not super cheap, but it's not even, I would even go to the, moderate price range. It's in the very affordable to, high end of cheap, because I paid $55 from Amazon for this one. Don't regret it. Absolutely worth the money. If you can find it cheaper than that, by all means, get it cheaper than that. But even at $55, I think this is a great pickup because it doesn't remind me of any specific fragrance. And even though the name may sound a little challenging, it's really not. It's a gorgeous, warm, spicy, smoky, and earthy fragrance that is just magnificent in the cold weather. I mean, just one of the best for winter when it comes to these affordable Middle Eastern fragrances. This is from Paris Corner in their Killer Oud range, called Death by Oud. Last but not least, a fragrance that's been all the rave. This is a sub-house to Lattafa called Maison Alhambra. This is Tabac, which is a clone of Dior's Tabacalore. This is awesome. If you're into honey tobacco, and this one, again, a beast. Strong performer, knifes through the cold, and smells awesome out in the air. This stuff lasts and lasts. It's thick and almost sticky sweet. It's a little fruity at the top. You get the honey and the tobacco from start to finish. It does dry out a little bit as it gets in the deeper dry down, kind of this almost leafy type of tobacco. As the honey fades just a little bit, the fruitiness is gone. It's warm and ambery. There's no real heft to any sort of spicy tone. It's just nice, smooth, sweet, and earthy. It's gorgeous. You can find this one in the, anywhere. I've heard $18. I've heard $20, $25, $30. I'll have a link down below for all of these, but man, the hype's real on this one. This is another one I did a full review on, and I continue to be impressed by this. It does not smell as cheap as you can get it for. It performs well above what you would think you would get for the money. And like I said, it doesn't smell like a $20 to $30 tobacco fragrance. It's a beautiful, sweet honey tobacco. So if you're into tobacco and you want some bang for your buck this winter, maybe you want to get your nose on Maison Alhambra Tabac. So, not the longest of videos, a quick 5 for you guys for this particular winter. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Of these 5, have you tried any of these? What do you think about them? What's been your experience? Or are any of these on your list of things you've wanted to get your nose on and get an experience, see if they're worth getting a bottle? Or are you rolling the dice blind buying some of these fragrances? I mean, I'm not advocating for you to do that, but I get it. A lot of people do it. I do it all the time too. If you can sample. If not, do your thing, because you really can't go wrong with any of these 5. These 5 continue to impress me. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, I'm pretty damn confident you'll thank me later, because they're that good. Have a good one, guys.